Hey Indie Warriors, Ashley here with I Dream of Indie, and today we're covering Please Fix the Road on PC. Developed and published by single dev Ariel Jurkowski, Please Fix the Road is a top-down puzzler where you have to help a car, bike, truck, and even a cow make it from the start to the end of a level by manipulating the landscape to do so. Upon booting the game up, you're straight into the action and puzzling away. The minimalist aesthetic here is gorgeous and vibrant with quirky animations that give the game so much character. Initially, I wasn't sure how much weight I should give the visual style to a puzzle game, but the title is a visual delight with some of the levels flipping and changing in interesting ways. Beyond the simple dopamine hit of figuring something out, the inviting art style was teasing me to find out what the next lavish level would look like. Also, blowing up the ground and watching it crumble was very satisfying to watch. The music is just cozy, with smooth jazz tracks coupled with the relaxing elevator music. I found that sitting down with this game was a pure joy, evoking that crossword whilst drinking your morning coffee feeling. It's inviting and very relaxing, which is great because the game is tough. As someone that loves a good puzzle game, I love being respected as a player and feeling as though I've actually figured something out, and you absolutely get that here with Please Fix the Road. You're pushed out of the proverbial plane straight into puzzles with no tutorial on how to pull that parachute. For many players, no assistance can be daunting, and many of the earlier levels have you getting to grips with the game's mechanics, what you can get away with, and where your boundaries are. To put this into context, the game has 150 levels, and I was stuck on level 15 for a good hour at the start. The game introduces new elements and respects you as a player to just figure it out. This can be viewed in two different ways. Because of the minimalist style and complete lack of help, it's definitely easy to get stuck early on. On the other hand, Please Fix the Road hits on something very few puzzle games achieve, and it achieves it well: a multi-faceted, layered puzzle design. You have the puzzle, getting from A to B, and the new introduced elements that both have to be conquered to succeed. I had this feeling with Portal and The Witness in the past, where experimentation is fully rewarded and half of the fun is working out the systems and how they interact. I find this interesting because perhaps the single dev would have tried to have built on this with a bigger team, yet I feel this is one of the game's biggest strengths. The game can be obtuse and frustrating, but I never felt cheated in any way. All the puzzles I finally overcame were the "how did I not think of that sooner" type of puzzles. On the grid-based level, you are given a start and an end point where you have to connect together the road. You, as the omnipotent road, highway, engineer, architect, god figure, are given the task of moving, blowing up, copying, rotating, amongst many other elements, the tiles on the screen. I don't want to spoil too many of these introduced mechanics, as much of the fun and satisfaction is through finding out how these work. You're then given a set of instructions in the bottom left that you must complete in order to finish the puzzle. So at first you think you might have nailed the solution, only to realise that the sequencing you have to do for the moves is different. You may have to use that duplication tool first before you can blow up some squares, making you rethink the whole situation. What I found very impressive is that because the difficulty can ramp up pretty early on, the 150 levels in the game will have you scratching your head for a while before you roll the final credits. Even though the game is tough, you can click on the light bulb icon and skip sections of the puzzle you're stuck on. I didn't actually notice this until a few hours in, perhaps because of the minimalist design. This is done a little bit differently, however. Instead of skipping the entire puzzle, you are given a number of moves the game will do for you, but you will still need to finish the puzzle off. I enjoyed this implementation as it encourages the player to still give it a small try instead of just skipping it entirely. I know if I have to skip an entire level that can be quite disheartening, whereas the approach feels more like a solid nudge in the right direction, still giving the player agency. The cozy vibes really offset the difficulty and make the challenge welcoming. The game doesn't hold your hand and can be off-putting for players at the start, but what Please Fix the Road offers is the pure puzzling essence wrapped up in a cozy package. If you're into puzzle games, this is a must play, and I award it the coveted Golden Genie Lamp Award.
Thank you so much for supporting clickbait-free content here at I Dream of Indie. We would now like to take a moment to shout out our brave indie warriors and legends that make this channel possible. At the Indie Warriors tier, we have Bill, Christian Cruz, Adriana Amato, CJR, PSC, Julian Colbus, Jesse, Ray Lynn, Marky Min, Dave Hart, Peekaboo, Lex Noyle, Strict9, and Chic Geek. At the Indie Legends tier, we have Jen Rose, Larkison, Mitchell Hall, Skepticism, C. Coyle, Nathan Moore, Chris Jackson, Mr. W, Blue Francis 14, The Beefarinis, Business Cody, Carmen Red, Chase Glover, King of the Hatch, and Ophidian Mind. Thank you so much for all that you do for independent developers, publishers, and for I Dream of Indie. Everybody else head down to the description box below. Let's defeat the gaming echo chamber and bring a voice to the voiceless ones in gaming.